Man, oh man, what a win for tonight. What a win for tonight. Ceddy coming up with the clutch bomb there tonight. Man, oh man, this was looking like a dreadful one here tonight. You know, obviously it was close the entire night. But the Red Sox, they just weren't able to do anything with the bats here. They couldn't do a thing. They weren't even able to really get any base runners. Anytime they had a runner in scoring position, they just weren't able to do anything. And then you fall down there, you know, a bit of miscommunication in the outfield here tonight led to another Orioles run. I'll break that all down here in a little bit. But Ceddy Rafaela, man, this guy has come up in so many big spots this year. It's just great to see. And, you know, he had been struggling over the last couple of weeks. You look back at, you know, some of the numbers over the last few weeks, had cooled off a little bit, was going back and forth between center field, second base, thinking, okay, maybe that's disrupting the bat a little bit. But you've seen the bat kind of come along here over the past week or so, getting some more extra base hits, getting on base a bit more, and then you see it here tonight. Good night here for Ceddy, the hero for tonight, saving the Red Sox because it was looking like they were on their way to a Game 3 loss here. And now you go into Game 4 tomorrow with the War Pig on the mound, Garrett Crochet, looking for the 4-game sweep. Man, oh man. Gotta love that. You gotta love that. Roman Anthony, this guy, I mean, you know, yeah, we can look at Ceddy, you know, he's gonna be the talking point for tonight. But Roman Anthony, this guy, he just keeps on doing his thing, man. We are all witnesses of the Roman Empire. Another leadoff home run tonight. Another leadoff home run. That is his 5th home run batting first this year. This guy's numbers are off the charts batting leadoff. Hitting over 330, OPS over 1,000, WRC plus at a 180, 182, 181. Can't remember the number exactly. He's been dynamite in the leadoff spot. I don't see how you could take this guy out of the leadoff spot, to be honest, even against lefties. I really would just leave him there. I mean, he's been incredible. But his 2nd leadoff home run this week in the same series, and thanks to Nesson for the post-game show for feeding this nice little stat line. Listen to this company that he joins. Roman is only the 4th player in Major League Baseball history, or the 4th youngest, to hit 2 leadoff homers in a single series. He joins Fernando Tatis Jr., Ronald Acuna Jr., and Mike Trout. Gotta love that. Gotta love that. Thank you, Nesson, for the stat there. But, of course, Ceddy is going to be the story here tonight. But another guy, unfortunately, is going to get lost in the shuffle a little bit here. That's Brayan Bello. Brayan Bello was great here tonight. Another quality start. Bello being Bello. That's the line that we say here about Brayan Bello. He just keeps on keeping on, man. He has figured it out this year. You know, is he striking out batters left and right? No, but he's picking up a decent amount each game. He's letting the defense behind him work. Man, just another great night for him. You know, unfortunately, you know, we'll get to the breakdown here. You know, there was a bit of a mishap in the 7th inning, a miscommunication between Jarren Duran, Ceddy Rafaela. You know, so drop ball that ended up leading to another Orioles run. And, you know, unfortunately for Ceddy as well, you know, you can go back a little earlier when the Orioles scored their first run. He made a great attempt. Unfortunately, the ball just came loose. And that was actually a bit of a scare because it looked like he rolled his wrist, and immediately he grabbed his wrist. And I thought, oh no, that might be it. Maybe at this point of the year, we're about to flip the calendar to September, and I'm thinking he's going down with a wrist injury now. There's no way. Luckily, he ended up being fine. Holy cow, that was a close call. I mean, the fact that he hit a game-winning home run tonight, along with the extra base hit earlier in the game, after that, I mean, that's incredible. That's incredible. I mean, Ceddy, thank goodness this guy is healthy. Thank goodness there's nothing wrong with that. Gotta love it. We'll break this all down. We do have a little bit of other news as well before I dive into everything here. Chris Smith of Mass Live is reporting Kyle Harrison could be an option for this coming Saturday, and that possibly even Friday. It's not confirmed that Dustin May will be starting on Friday. I guess they're still discussing what the mix is going to be. We'll see who gets the start against Paul Skeens. We will see. But Chris Smith is saying Kyle Harrison is in the mix. We'll see what ends up happening. But we got Crochet tomorrow. Pretty excited for that. Seen a lot of familiar faces here in the chat. The good old crew stopping by for another post-game show. We got Moose. We got Julio. We got George. We got Jennifer. We got Polar. We got Mason. We got Anthony. We got Tommy. Austin. What's going on, everybody? How we doing? Jonathan, what's going on? Yes, clutch win, Jonathan says in the chat. Gotta love that, man. Gotta love that. What a great night. Again, ended up being, it was looking like it was going to be a downer. And they found a way to pull it out. Gotta love it. And also, shout out to the bullpen, holding it down. How about Aroldis Chapman there in the end, striking out the side, but having quite the battle with Kobe Mayo to end the game, painting 99. Man, oh man. Gotta love that. Anyway, everybody, if you can, hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you're new. We're trying to get to 5K by the end of the season. We're getting a little bit closer. We are within 400 subscribers of that 5K mark. So if you could help us out, I'll love you forever. So let's get to it here. Let's go over Brian Bayo. Let's go over Brian Bayo first. Bayo being Bayo here tonight. Like I said, another great outing. 8 whiffs overall in tonight. Sweeper, cutter, changeup, looking solid. He was throwing a bunch of strikes. He was in the zone 52% of the time. Did get off to a bit of a bumpy start. First inning, Jeremiah Jackson. This guy was just, holy cow. What was he? 1 for 3 on the night. I just felt like he was a bit of a thorn in the side here tonight. But he got on with a double. Bayo was able to strand him, but in the second inning, he got the first couple of outs. He struck out Basayo, but then Kobe Mayo with the base hit, Wong with a pass ball, Mayo moving up to second, and then Beavers with the bloop out to center field. Again, Ceddy with a great attempt, had the ball in the glove, but it popped out. Run scored, made it 1-0, or 1-1, sorry, at the time. That was after the Roman leadoff homer. And again, he looked like he rolled his wrist. He immediately grabbed it. He kind of sat there for a second, and I'm thinking, oh man, please don't be serious. But ended up being fine. Bayo proceeded to sit down 12 of his next 14 batters. He was cruising, man. Jackson, that was the other thing Jackson did. He got on in the 6th inning from a Trevor Story error. And then the 7th inning, this is where the miscommunication happened. Beavers with the walk. And then, hey, credit Dylan Carlson. I mean, lifting a deep one there out to left center. And then Duran and Ceddy, they ran all the way back to the wall, and they kind of both just stopped, and it just landed right in between them. And I don't mean to do this, but how many times have I said it this year? I do think Ceddy in that play, I'm kind of surprised that Ceddy didn't kind of take command of that one, because the center fielder, that's, they're the quarterback out there. But it's just always, it's always so interesting with Duran because he's always right in the middle of these things all the time. And I've said this before, the most recent example was you go back to Wrigley Field where him and Massa almost colliding out there, right? That's happened with Duran. I'm not sure what is happening with the communication at times, but again, in hindsight, ended up not being a big deal. But I want these kind of things cleaned up because I don't want this coming into play, postseason time when games count, really count here in September. Every game is vital at this point. I want to get this cleaned up, and I'm not sure why this sort of a communication thing keeps on happening. Maybe I'm overreacting. I don't mean to not sound fair, or I don't know. It's just Duran is just kind of always in the middle of it. But, you could look at Ceddy as well. Listen, they got to get this cleaned up. Can't be having this with these games right now. So, but in the end, Brian Bayo, a great outing for him again. The miscommunication did hurt him in the end. 6 2/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 6 Ks, 1 walk. on the night. ERA goes below a 3, down to a 2.99. Brian Bayo having a great year. His best year. Justin Wilson ended up finishing off the 7th for him. Greg Weissert had a nice solid outing there in the 8th inning. And then Chapman locking it down. Striking out the side, 26 save. But let's talk about the offense. Let's talk about the offense here. And like I said, Roman Anthony, another leadoff home run tonight, making history again. It just seems like Roman Anthony's making history every week at this point. Something. He's just putting together some kind of a crazy stat. But that was a shot, 416 feet, 108 miles an hour off the bat. But after that, nothing else for this Red Sox team. I'll get more into this in just a second, but we do have a word from our sponsor. I'll be right back.
FT fam, welcome to the world's most comfortable swimwear. For a moment, we are talking about Fair Harbor. We actually have some show and tell today. This is the liner that you're working with inside of the shorts and the bathing suits.
You know what the best part is about this, Scott?
What?
They have a lot of different options because these are clearly yours because I would never order this pattern, but
that
they
is so
great
me.
on you.
That is so me.
These are so you. Mine are a little bit more plain than this.
Yes.
But they are super comfortable. The liner, I love liner shorts. Some people don't. But these liners are better than most that I've had on, if not all of them.
Yeah,
Because
this is the
no
best liner out
chafing,
there.
No mesh. All of the above is perfect.
Exactly. It's really good. You got to give it a shot. Also, fun random fact, you get a new shirt. It smells really good. So head to fairharborclothing.com/FOUL and use code FOUL for 20% off your first purchase. Once again, Fair Harbor, HARBOR clothing.com/FOUL for 20% off your first purchase and use that promo code FOUL so they know FT sent.
All right, getting back to the offense here. After that Roman homer, you had nothing else. I mean, they were, let me double check the final line here. 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position here tonight. Ceddy with the double in the 5th. Hammy got caught stealing later on. No, you had nothing really. A 1-2-3 6th inning, a 1-2-3 7th inning. 8th inning, they woke up a little bit here. And once again, Connor Wong, David Hamilton, coming through here. Not just being black holes in the lineup. Wong had the walk. Hammy with the base hit. No outs. Runner in scoring position there. But Roman Bregman going down by the way of the K, and then Story with the ground out. And at that point, you're thinking, all right, War Pigs on the mound tomorrow. Just not our night. Not our night here tonight. But Ceddy said, nah, it is absolutely going to be our night. Well, Duran, credit to him, getting us started there in the 9th, getting the base hit, and then Ceddy with the home run. It wasn't... It's always interesting in Baltimore because, with that left field, it's deeper than it seems. Taking a look here. Overall, 392 feet, just getting over 102 miles an hour off the bat. Man. Well, off the bat, I'm thinking, I wonder if that's a deep fly, and that's going to be an out. But no, it just kept carrying. Just kept carrying. Gotta love that. But overall, a great win for the Red Sox here tonight. Great win for the Red Sox here tonight. A clutch win. I will say, yes, awesome win. Gotta love that clutch moment. You gotta love them hanging tough until the end. But I am going to nitpick here. We've been talking about the runners in scoring position here for, I think it feels like a couple of weeks, right? It felt like, go back to the beginning of the year, the first half of the year, they were really having their issues with that. Very inconsistent with runners in scoring position. And then they got hot, and then things started turning around. You weren't seeing that as much, right? They were coming through when they had their chances. And yes, they've been able to pick up some wins here, but again, I'm thinking postseason right now. And man, I really want these guys to get locked in with these chances. So let's take a look here. Last couple of weeks, I'm not sure what the number is, but we're going to take a look at the runners in scoring position numbers over the last couple of weeks here. Here we go. Pulling it up on Fangraphs. over the last, let's see, let's put this, so it's August 27th. So we'll go back to the 13th. And overall, it's not letting me see the runners in scoring position, but we'll just take a look at the offense overall with the Red Sox over that time. Last couple of weeks, 87 WRC plus, only hitting 236 as a team. Yeah, we got to get this cleaned up. So, yeah, hey, in the end, they pulled out a win. That's all that matters, but would like for this offense to really start getting themselves going. And, you know, especially here tonight. I mean, you had Dietrich Enns pitching for the O's starting here tonight as the opener. And then Roansy Contreras. Remember him? Remember Roansy Contreras? He was once a higher-ranked prospect in the Yankee system. They sent him over to the Pirates. Was it the Jameson Taillon trade? I think that was the Jameson Taillon trade. I could be wrong on that. I feel like that was the trade, but all of a sudden you just don't see him, and then he comes in here tonight, his first appearance on the year. Roansy Contreras, first game on the year, 4 1/3, and they couldn't do anything with him. His last appearance was last year. He was with the Pirates and the Angels. His numbers were fine. I mean, ERA overall at a 4.35, but I guess because he was pitching out of the bullpen last year, so I don't know if he was dealing with some kind of an injury. Did he have Tommy John? Let me actually look this up here. Roansy Contreras. So yeah, they called him up here. No, he had just been in the minor leagues. Yeah, he had just been in the minors. And the Red Sox, they couldn't do anything against him here. So I don't know what was going on there. But it is what it is. Got to get this cleaned up here. Let's go to tomorrow. Or you know what? Let's go to the standings. Let's go to the standings. Taking a look here. And as of right now, the Blue Jays are down. And I think the Blue Jays lost last night. They did lose last night, right? Is my potato brain remembering? They did lose last night against the Twins, and they are losing right now, I believe. Yes, they are down 8-6 right now against the Minnesota Twins in the top of the 8th. So they're in Toronto. They'll get the last chance, but we're scoreboard watching here because as of right now, the Red Sox are 3.5 back in the division. So they won last night. They picked up a game. They won here tonight. Hey, they could be 3 out by the end of the night. We'll see what ends up happening. But taking a look at the wild card here, the Red Sox, the Yankees, they did win here tonight. The Yankees, they've now won 4 straight. They won the last game of that series in the Bronx, and they ended up getting the sweep here against the Nationals. So looks like they're riding the ship a little bit, but the Red Sox remain half a game ahead of the Yankees as of right now, 74-60. The Yankees, 73-60. And then the Mariners, they did win here today. They are off tomorrow. So the Mariners remain in the 3rd wild card spot. The Royals are playing the White Sox as we speak. Let's check on that one. Wow, the Royals are pounding the White Sox right now, 11-1. Goodness gracious. So the Royals, they're hanging tough. So they should be 3 back by the end of the night. And the Rangers, Guardians, they remain 5 out. See how this goes. But right now, this division, I've been saying this, if you can just find a way to pick up a couple of games, you got the Blue Jays in late September. That could be the series that determines the East. If you can get close enough here, 3 games, that's good. If they can pick up maybe maybe one more, a couple more, that'd be amazing. If you could find yourself 1 out against the Blue Jays, that'd be great. Somehow, some way, if you could find a way to get tied in that division going into that series, even maybe somehow, some way, get the lead. But hey, if you can put yourself in a good spot, that division could be had. We'll see. Everyone, before we do preview Game 4 tomorrow, one more word from tonight's sponsor. We'll be right back. The dog days of summer means it's time for the boys of summer to kick it into gear, and the best way to cash in on your baseball IQ is with the DraftKings Sportsbook. Never bet on baseball before? Well, it's simple. You pick a guy to go yard, hammer some live odds mid-game, or just ride with your squad and hope for the best. No spreadsheets, just vibes and dingers. Here's something special for first-timers. New DraftKings customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code FOUL, that's code FOUL, for new customers to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. In partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
Alrighty. Game 4 tomorrow. Let's take a look-see. Garrett Crochet going up against another lefty out there, Cade Povich. Cade Povich not having a great year. ERA above a 5. Definitely looking like a mismatch here for the Red Sox in their favor. But you never know. You never know what could happen. But obviously, you feel good about going into this one here tomorrow. We do have a day game tomorrow, 1:05 Eastern Time. So we'll be here early tomorrow for the post-game show. And then, also, I want to say this. Yesterday, for some reason, I'm thinking this was a 3-game series. I thought Thursday was off. I don't know what I was looking at, but I didn't realize this was a 4-game series. I don't know why. I slipped on that one. I titled the show yesterday that they won the series and everything. Well, okay, I got ahead of it. I'm thinking to myself, did I really jinx it? There was one point here tonight. Oh, Connolly early looked good here tonight. 5 innings, 3 runs, 0 earned, 6 Ks. But yeah, I'm thinking, man, did I jinx it? I jinxed it. Thank God they won here tonight. Goodness gracious. But series win. Crochet ERA at 2.38. One of the best pitchers in baseball. This is getting tight for the Cy Young race. Very tight. That's going to be, I feel like you could go either way. I don't know. It's too close to call. You're going to need these next few starts here to try and cement yourself as the Cy Young, Mr. Garrett Crochet. But so far, these Orioles hitters haven't really been able to... Remember, he had that one really good start earlier in the year back in Baltimore. What was that, 8 innings? He struck out 8, 9, 10, can't remember. But he was great. And overall, the only guy on the Orioles to have, at least the guys they have now, to have a hit against him was Ryan Mountcastle. Has a couple of hits against him. Everyone else. Cowser, Gunnar, Ofer, Holiday, hasn't seen him. Nothing. Mayo, hasn't seen him. Basayo, Beavers, haven't seen him. So, looking good. But as for Cade Povich, Nate Lowe. Look for Nate Lowe to possibly do some damage. Nate Lowe has a home run against Cade Povich in his career over 7 ABs. ERA, OPS above 1,100. Gotta love that. Bregman, he's got a couple of hits off of him. Romy. Let's see, if Romy's probably going to be in that lineup tomorrow. And will we see the return of Refsnyder at some point here? I don't know. I'm thinking to myself, man, this would be great to have Refsnyder in this lineup right now. And also Willier. Have we got any updates on Willier? Let me go check on Willier. Willier Abreu, not Wilmer Flores. I need Willier Abreu. Let's take a look. Yesterday, he ran 40 to 50% intensity. So starting to ramp up the running a little bit. You do have to take your time when it comes to the calf. You just have to. You can't play around with that. So I'm thinking here probably Willier. I hate to say it, but probably a couple more weeks. I don't know, man. I wouldn't want to risk that. Hopefully Refsnyder comes back soon. Let's see what the latest is on Refsnyder. could be activated. We got the report today that he could have been activated here today or tomorrow. So that'd be great. If they could get him back in the lineup tomorrow against Povich, that would be very nice if they could do that. We'll see how this goes here tomorrow. But everybody, I think I'm going to wrap it up right there for tonight. Great crowd in here for tonight. Oh, did they announce it? Brownie, did they announce it? Ref Snyder. Wait, did I miss that one? Just making sure. They did announce it. Oh, where was that announced? I haven't seen anything announced. I saw the report that they were expected to be back. Oh, well, I haven't seen Cotillo mention that. I can go check right now just to make sure. About to say, because I haven't seen anything. Ah, okay. Here it is. Again, I'm getting ready for the show. I can't see this stuff as I'm getting ready. Too much going on. Chris Smith. Oh, so never mind. I take back what I just said. Nate Lowe heading to paternity leave. Ref Snyder will be activated Thursday. Well, there you go. There it is. Brownie in the chat. Thank you, my friend. My potato brain needs a little bit of help sometimes. So there it is. So Ref Snyder will be in the lineup tomorrow, I would imagine, against the lefty. And unfortunately, Nate Lowe won't be able to get another home run against Povich. It is what it is. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. Again, we'll be back here early tomorrow, probably around 4 o'clock Eastern time. Everybody, go have yourself a good rest of your night. Thank you for joining me here tonight. If you can on the way out, hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you tomorrow.